All right. Let's come now and talk about CAF club competitions. Three Nigerian teams were involved over the weekend. Like Cecilia hinted earlier, mixed fortunes for Nigeria: a win, a draw, and a loss. And that's what happened. Three teams participated. But let's start with the CAF Champions League. And of course, you will understand that the two teams from Nigeria are on top of the results. Some selected results for you: Plateau United 3-0 victory over Eding of Cameroon. MFM. Well, we're forced to a draw. We must situate it properly. We're almost running away with that against AS Real Bamako of Mali. Zanaco had a 3-0 victory over Armed Forces. AC Leopards played a 1-0 draw with Togo Port, I beg your pardon. And some other results in the CAF Champions League. Eton Setif, 6-0 victory over Olympic Real. Stade Malien played a 1-0 draw with Williamsville. Rollers defeated Al Merrick 3-0. You have Young Africans defeated St. Louis Suns. That was 1-0. That's the CAF Champions League. All right, let's pause here a little and, talk about that heartwarming result. Plateau United, Rotimi. That's a good way to start.
Yeah, good way to start. I would have loved that they scored more goals because it's not over yet. 3-0 can be easily overturned. Easily, yeah. Especially when you're playing a Cameroon.
Can be overturned, but easily is the part I learned.
It can be easily overturned. You can't take it
easily.
I'm telling you, you can't take it in the CAF Champions League. Over the years, if you cover and all of that, if you follow it closely, if you go to a North African side with this 3-0, then it's like you're still playing goalless because they can probably put that 3 goals back within the first 45 minutes. So that's why I use the word easily overturned. And then when you have countries that are known for playing good football, like the Cameroonian side, you know that this is still far from over. Plateau United, yes, kudos to them, and they have to have a very, very solid strategy to complete this job. But I like the fact that you took advantage. You did not concede 3 goals. Good one for Plateau United.
Okay.
Yeah. A good way to start. Let's take reaction from the game now. Boboye and, of course, Junior, talking after the resounding victory. Rotimi may not be happy with that, but I think it's a good way to start.
It's a tactical game we decided to play because it's a team I went traveling watching, and at the same time I saw their training. The most important thing is that the players play to instruction, and the most important thing is that we got the 3 points. They are a tactical team, a very sound team. They are not pushovers. Everybody saw the way they play. And it's a team, it's not done and dusted yet. It's for us to go back home and work very hard to make sure we go back to Cameroon. But it's not done and dusted, as I can say. We must go back to the drawing board and work very hard to make sure we clinch our points in Cameroon.
Now we're going to start planning for the second leg as from tomorrow. You understand? Because we know it's not going to be an easy one for us, but we'll give it our all. So after this stage, we'll take it stage by stage and see what comes out of it.
Stage by stage, that's what is important. It's not over until it is over.
Cecilia was, and I do agree with her, I mean, giving a little kudos to Kennedy Boboye, talks about him personally.
Planning.
Scouting his opposition, and he had a good idea of what he was coming up against. And I think that's good because you don't see Nigerian sides do that.
Well, some of them do, especially when you're playing on the continent. Don't forget that we have a coefficient at stake as well. So there's a lot of pressure from Nigerians. There's a lot of pressure from football stakeholders, especially for this current CAF Champions League or CAF Confederation Cup season. You just have to do well. So if it's going to take you to go scout, go watch, go spy, just do what you need to do to get that needed result that can at least push us into the group stages. I think if we can get into the group stages, our coefficient will be safe. But if the likes of MFM, Plateau, Akwa United, or Eyimba fail to make the group stages, then you ask yourself, what are we playing for in the MPFL?
It's good you brought up MFM. They were almost... I mean, a lot of us had fears. We'll talk about Akwa United later. A lot of us had fears about MFM. We've talked about how they, always contrive to lose away. We've talked about how...
That's in the league.
well, good point, fair point. But funny, I don't know how they did it. They were almost taking it in Bamako.
Yeah, and I think you must give credit to MFM, for getting that draw away from home. Yes, Real Bamako, not a particularly strong side. We saw how they were dismantled by Rivers United last season in this same competition. And even for the Malian side, the other Malian side also drew at home. That's Stade Malien. So maybe not on a good day, on paper, MFM should be stronger. But of course, for reputation and name, Real Bamako is a bigger side than MFM. So fantastic result for Iletiku and his lads. It's not over yet. You can come here as well, and they get a draw and force you into penalties. That could go either way.
Right,
So there's a whole lot that still needs to be done. But the fact that you were able to secure an away goal, because points doesn't matter now, secure an away goal, I think you give MFM enough confidence to come here and finish the job.
Okay, let's talk about the CAF Confederation Cup quickly. That's where it gets tricky a little. The result didn't favor Nigeria. But let's see. Akwa United, if I was a betting person, I would say Akwa United were going to beat Banjul Hawks. Thank God I'm not a betting person because they lost. Not because they didn't play well, according to reports, but they take their chances. So let's see the results from the CAF Confederation Cup. And let's, just in case you don't know, they lost. Okay, we'll get that to you later. But Akwa United, they lost by a goal to 2 and clips from the game. And
but
what do you say?
But who approves this kind of gesture?
You don't like it?
On TV, it looks the same. Yes, if you're on ground, you see orange and white, and then you see red and white.
Okay, but it's kind of close.
It's very close.
It makes the job difficult for the referee.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's... Look at this. These are the guys from... okay, I almost said... That's Olorun Leke Ojo. So this is Akwa United. It's confusing. I mean, what's the difference?
There's a difference. One is red, one is orange.
One is bright, one is dull.
One is bright, so one is...
And you had to put that on TV.
It's different. Come on.
Let's talk about the game.
It's different.
Let's talk about the game.
Look at... How do I know? Did you see what I'm saying?
Okay, look at the socks, the orange socks. I mean, you know that, okay, that's Akwa United. Then the one pure red.
I'm finding out to put up a defense. I'm finding out to put up a defense. But Rotimi, let's talk about this game. Seriously.
Okay, I wished I would have attended, but I was very tired. Anyway, I was speaking to someone in the stadium. Yes, we just saw the first goal. Olorun Leke Ojo misread the ball, and then they had to take advantage. You know, the Gambians are usually very tall.
Yes.
So any area balls, you don't joke with them when it comes to dealing with area balls. And then the first 2 goals were considered based on defensive lapses. But before Akwa United were able to settle and come back into the game, it was too late because those guys had to pack the bus. And you wouldn't blame them. If you have a 2-goal lead, you would definitely, away from home especially, you definitely protect it and pack the bus. So I don't know, should I say... credit to the Ox, because I was also told that there's a difference between Banjul Ox and Ox.
Okay.
Interesting.
So Banjul Hawks. Okay.
Credit to the Ox for winning this one. Can Akwa United go all the way to Gambia and get something?
I don't have hope.
Yes, it can be changed because they should have probably won this game by 6 goals to 2, and then you just...
They're taking their chances.
They're taking all their chances. So there's still a whole lot. I think they were a bit complacent before they got into the game, I mean, because of considering the fact that they had a good start to the season, blowing teams apart and all that. Let's see if they can do it. But as you said earlier, it's very tricky.
Can they do it?
They have the players to do it, but the conditions in Gambia, will it be favorable? That's another question you have to answer.
All right. So while these teams were busy on the continent, the others on the domestic scene were playing. So let's see. Week 8 results, Nigeria Professional Football League 7 matches played. There's a game that we played today.